Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with match number 4 with our Rally Blitz. Yes, we'd like to play first. Up to 21 lands. I think that's a lot better. We'll keep this. Yeah, definitely keep this. This seems like a pretty solid hand. Just start with a Godless Shrine and Viserys here. Make him think we're on the Anafenza and Company. And let's see if he's up against, like, elves. Ooh, it's Tooth and Nail. So, we are definitely on a time clock. We have the Rally. I'd love to get, like, a Faithless Looting here. I think we absolutely just Blood Artist. And attack in with the Viserys here. I'm actually wondering why that Blood Artist isn't in a lot of the Anafenza and Company's lists instead of the Undying dude, the 4-mana one, because you can't collect a company into the 4-mana Undying, or excuse me, not Undying. Wither, not Wither, whatever the Persist. And with Kitchen Finks and Blood Artist, that's a combo. That's a win right there. There's the Arbor Elf. Yeah, that's pretty good. Double Arbor Elf. We are probably dead next turn. He missed a land drop, though. So, what is the best way to dish out damage? It's going to be the Hellspark Elemental. And attacking with both. So we'll sack the Hellspark Elemental now, which allows us to scry. That's why I like the Viserys ears. And we'll scry everything away but a land. We'll put that on top. That's fine at this point. Is it fine? Oh, geez. We should have done that after the Bloodstained Mire. So we're not going to crack the Bloodstained Mire now. Until after we draw. He can add 6 mana. And now with Voyaging Satyr, which he doesn't have another land. 4 mana for probably a Harmonize, yeah. And this is probably going to find him a land. So most likely going to die to Tooth and Nail next turn due to the amount of ways you can untap. So we'll bring in the Zealous Persecutions. Well, Zealous Persecutions only kill the Arbor Elf, so, but that's really key to his deck. Can I kill him here? If I rally? Let's grab a basic swamp or mountain. Or swamp. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's grab a swamp. And that only gets back. Yeah, I think it's just Sadist. And we're probably dead here. Sadist exploiting itself. Puts him down to an 11. And for whatever miracle he doesn't have Tooth and Nail in his hand, I think we'll be okay. Because next turn I think we have 11 damage on board. But he can generate an insane amount of mana. So there's hope for no tooth and nail. And there it is. Okay, so we'll go on to the sideboard. And I think we'll bring in the Commune of Ancient Laws. Paths don't really do much. Fulminator Mage doesn't do anything, actually. We'll bring, instead of the Zealous Persecutions, I think Fume Spitters are just better. We have a lot of ways to interact with the Arbor Elf. Command can come in as well. Rakdos Charm, not so much. Zealous Persecution does kill Arbor Elves, but I don't think it's necessary. We'll just take out the Hellspark Elementals, I think, are the weak link here. We're going to take them all out. And possibly an Immortal Servitude. No, I want the Immortal Servitude. This is a way for us to get back in this. Vexing Devil seems really good in this matchup, actually. Yeah, it's going to be maybe a Sadist. Sadists are just really good to find what we need. Viscera Seer is fine as well. Either Spark Emblem or Vexing Devil. I think I'll take out a Vexing Devil. Now I'm saying I thought it was good. And we should have enough ways to interact with his Arbor Elf. So, yes, we'd like to play first. Speaking of which, this is a nice start. Go Blackcleave Cliffs. And we'll loot. And we'll get rid of, yeah, sure, Spark Elemental. Because we do want to, again, our kill condition is the Immortal Servitude, so putting these in the graveyard is fine. We do need another, no, we don't need another White Source because we have the Bloodstained Mire, so he's off to a slow start, no Arbor Elf. There's our rally. So we will just go ahead and Vexing Devil. Which I'm sure he's going to take 4 life for. I think we can just go get a Sacred Foundry and Mog Fanatic. And actually, I might have wanted to put those. Vexing Devil's weird with Rally. I'm not sure if I quite like it. There's a Voyaging Satyr. Definitely be a Faithless Looting. And we'll get rid of him this time. God, the Shrine is fine. We'll loot. And we can safely get rid of a land now, I would assume. Now I do have to worry about like an Overgrowth. Yeah, the Devils are really bad when you don't have a way to sack them or get any damage off them. Wonder if they're the cut. 4 mana. It's going to be a Garrick. Harmonize. All right. So far so good for us. He doesn't have any of his enchantments. And so it's just a slow. And he's going to have to discard here. And that shuffles it back in. That's fine. Another land. That's unfortunate. Hit him for 1. Play another Fanatic. And definitely shoot down this guy. There's a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter doesn't do too much versus us. 4 mana, probably another Harmonize. Obstinate Baloth doesn't do a lot. It just stabilizes, but yeah, I guess that's okay. Fume Spitter is not the card we were looking for. We need a Blood Artist. We need another Faithless Looting. In fact, I might have just... I should have just kept the Fume Spitter in hand, just in case we did get a Faithless Looting. There's Utopia Sprawl. Now he's going to be able to generate some mana. See if another Harmonize. Now an Overgrowth. Get into the Tooth range, for sure. Now, do I kill this here? Because I can get back the Vexing Devil. No. So, now it's a 3/3 Baloth. Spark Elemental, I think we just keep in our hand. Right? Ugh. I kind of just want to Spark Elemental. Get him down to a 16, and that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. But another Faithless Looting is what we need. We'll cast it. Again, it's not the greatest. So close to just dying to these Overgrowths. To another Tooth and Nail. Don't know what he could have in his hand that is... Eternal Witness can get back, just avoiding Satyr, which I guess he wants. To hit that Tooth and Nail. But you got to think he's going to get there pretty soon without it. Now we can kill both of those. Not like in the Arid Mesa. And I should have kept that. For another loot. Now I think we have to go for it here. Which I'm not liking. Because he's just going to let these stay. So we kill the Eternal Witness. We kill the Voyaging Satyr. And this is why the Vexing Devils are probably not the right card for this deck. Blood Arts would have been amazing to have in the graveyard there. Another Immortal Servitude does win us the game, though. And now I can't attack into the Obstinate Baloth this turn because the Vexing Devils will go until my next upkeep. And Garrick should just win, right? Can you tooth and nail here and just win? No, he's at 8. So I have to rip another Immortal Servitude off the top. Nylee's Disciple will do it too. Jeez. Puts him back up to a 15. And a Harmonize. I'm not a fan of Nylee's Disciple in this deck. I think a bigger fan of Thragtusk. These guys do have to just get exiled now. A Sadist is not going to do it. In fact, we just keep it in our hand and hope he doesn't have a tooth and nail. Maybe we need to put like more Tormenting Voices in this deck as well, just to find us. But he's got the tooth and nail. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's see what we'd have drawn. Nothing for a while. And I'm going to chalk that one up into terrible, terrible, terrible draws. Way too many lands. Now I'm wanting to go back to 20 lands rather than 21, even though that doesn't make that big of a difference with one more land. Needed these Blood Artists a lot sooner. And maybe Vexing Devils are just not worth it in this deck. Maybe it's going to be another card that we can sacrifice. Maybe Fume Spitters in the... Yeah, they just really don't do much, the Vexing Devils. So I think what we need to do is cut them completely. And we can go back to those Bile Urchins, or we can go into Tormenting Voice. There's also a card that, isn't there a creature, a red creature card when it comes into play, each player, you may draw and discard a card? I'm going to try like 2 Tormenting Voices. We can go back down in the land count. I do want ways to get basic. Maybe we can cut just a swamp. Go back to 20. And then I'm going to bring... Fume Spitters into the main. Or go more of the Bile Urchins. What if there's another card like Mog Fanatic that we can sacrifice. Let's look at some creatures here. And Martyr doesn't really work. See, prevent all combat damage, destroy an aura. Glintalk is not good. You gain life lost this turn. That's kind of cool, actually. Caregiver, for the next 1 damage, Burden Forge, Tender, Heap Doll. X is a Carved Engraver. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, Fume Spitter seems good. Mortician Beetle is kind of cool, but again, it'd be the same thing as Vexing Devil. It just kind of sit there and look stupid. I don't want anything that has an activation cost. Manifesting the top card of my library is not what I want to do. Viscera now would have other ways to kill our Blood Artist, which might actually be... I think we might want 2 Viscera, possibly even more. There's a Frostling, but I think the Fume Spitter's just superior to Frostling. The other one I could think about, maybe we'll try a Wild Cantor. Now, Scorcher Salka's cool, but again, it has an activation cost, so I'm not quite sure if that's the route to go. I think we will try a Wild Cantor. And that helps ramp us into it. It also helps fix the colors we need. It did seem to be that we were a little bit... I'm going to actually take out another... I'm going to take out the Tormenting Voices. Well, Faithless Looting did seem to be really good. But I want to try these Wild Cantors to see if they're worth it. In the other brew that I'm building, these are essential. Because we're trying to ramp into a lot of mana. And so they're definitely the way to go. And I could go all 4 of them. What seemed to be a weak card? I'm thinking Hellspark Elementals were kind of weak. I'm going to go down to 2 Hellspark Elementals. And this can allow us to go back up to the Tormenting Voice. And now we still have 28 creatures. We have the Cantor that will help us ramp. We have Viscera Seers. Might not need to be in here now. I kind of want to try Ember Haulers. Because they have great synergy now with the Wild Cantors. So to bring in two Ember Haulers, maybe just completely get rid of the Hellspark Elementals. Or the Viscera Seer might not be. Yeah, I'm going to cut the Viscera Seer. We'll play one more game with this list and see how well this does. This has been Kev with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.